Ever since Microsoft announced that Xbox games was going to get published on PC, a lot of non-Xbox fans made fun of, continued to attack, and just were being complete classless gamers because Xbox games were going to PC. They kept making comments like, what is the point of Xbox? Because, you know, they own very capable gaming PCs and they don't need an Xbox to play those Xbox games. They could just jump on their, $2,000 rigs and play those same games just fine. While many Xbox fans says PlayStation one day is going to go down the same road. They're going to publish some of their games on PC as well. Of course, Sony fans didn't believe that. They kept attacking. And what do you know? Today, Sony is planning to bring more of its PlayStation games to PC. First up will be Days Gone this spring. This is what Jim Ryan said, that more games are coming to PC. Now, Sony fans will say, well, it's Days Gone. It's a 3-year-old game. Why does it matter? Hey, that's how Microsoft started. They started with some older games and eventually progressed, matured, and started publishing day in, day out games. That's how it starts. Little steps. You got to remember that Sony is not as advanced with their ecosystem like Microsoft is. Microsoft is set up for this. That's why they can move a little faster to bring games to PC and on day in, day out. Sony has a lot of work to do to reach to that level. So sure, Days Gone not a big deal, but that's just a stepping stone to what's to come. Later, eventually, it will be day in, day out games. It will be on PlayStation 5 and PC on the same day. Eventually, it could be a couple years before we get there. I don't know. Nobody knows. And don't believe others that say they know, because they don't. If Sony wants to progress with games, if they want a wider audience besides their dinky PlayStation fans, then yes, they're gonna have to go to PC, because there's a whole audience there that wants to play a PlayStation game but don't want to own a PlayStation system. That's just the way it is. And that's how it is with Xbox. There's so many PC gamers that just don't want a console. They don't want Xbox to play Xbox games. And now that those Xbox games come on PC, hey, they can play it now. They're still playing Xbox. They're still playing that Xbox brand. They just don't have the hardware for it. They have the computer. So yes, Sony fans are doing the damage control, of course, saying that Days Gone doesn't really matter. It's an old game. Who cares? But again, this is how Microsoft started. They started with little games that were older, testing the waters, and eventually matured to the point where we are today. And that's what Sony's doing. Sony's doing the same thing. They're testing the waters. They're going to put Days Gone. And then eventually, when their ecosystem matures, if it ever gets there, those titles that release on an X day will also be on PC. So now it's fair to ask, is there a point to get a PlayStation since these games are coming to PC? These are what PlayStation fans were saying the whole time. Why get an Xbox to go play it on PC? And I guess it's fair enough today to say, hey, what's the point of PlayStation? There's no need for it. All it's going to do is just burn down your house and disappoint you. I can play it on my PC and be safe. All right, guys, it's TeknoBlast. Tell me what you think about this news today, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.